What up, white people? Y'all ain't gonna like this. I'm just gonna tell you right now, y'all not gonna like this. A black woman speaking on behalf of the black community of America. Lord, give me the strength. I hope you read the description below. So, in 1401 is when Christopher Columbus had discovered the land of America that we know today. When Christopher Columbus came to this land, it's a known fact, whether it was his name or not, or however he got here or not, it's a known fact that's written in the history books, unless y'all get ready to take that out as well, that he took over the land where the Native Americans, you know, were, minding their business. The Native Americans, the people that's native to the land, not who we call Native Americans now, the native people of the land. When he got here, he saw how beautiful the land was and how peaceful the people were, and he wanted all parts. But instead of becoming a part of the people, he wanted to control the people. So how? So from 1401 to 1964 is the years that this land has been controlled by the white man. From 1401, the moment Christopher Columbus stepped onto this land, to 1964, that's when the white man has took control over this land. So if you weren't white, you had no power over this land for 563 years. The Jim Crow law began in 1865 and ended in 1964. The Jim Crow law also controlled the people for what? 1865 to, let's do the math real quick. Let me do that real quick because I forgot to add that to my math problems. Okay, because we're going by straight facts. I'm not in my feelings. We're going off of facts. So 1865 to 1964. So let me get that together. 1964. So for 99 years, the Jim Crow law was enacted. Okay? So let's do the math. 99 years. So 560 years is 1401 to year 1964. Okay? And between those years, slavery was supposedly stopped. It was supposed to have stopped, and the Civil Rights Act in 1875, right? So let's go back. 1865. The Jim Crow law was created. To 1964. Okay, that's 99 years. Okay, we got that. So let's minus the 99 years from 1401 to 1964, which is 563. 563 minus So for 464 years, we were enslaved. For 99 of those years, we were living under this Jim Crow law. Stay with me now. The black community. Okay. For 464 years, we were in slavery. From 1401 to 1964. 99 of those years was under the Jim Crow law. Okay? Stay with me. Stay with me. The civil rights rights movement, the Jim Crow ended in 1964. Okay? So from 1964 to this day, present day in time, let's go back. Because we had to live under white man and his laws for 563 years. 563 years of that they was in slavery. So 406, what was it? Now let's go back. 563. So 464 years we were enslaved. Black people were enslaved in America. And 99 of those years we were living under the Jim Crow law. Okay? And the Jim Crow law ended in 1964. 1964. 19, I'm doing the math right in front of you. I'm not making this up. 1964. 61 years. From 1964 to present day time, the 2005, is the only time that Black Americans were able to rebuild themselves. So well, for 563 years, the white man has been in control of Black people of America. For 563 years. 99 years we weren't slaves, but we were still living under the Jim Crow law. If you don't know what the Jim Crow law is, go look it up. I'm not going into deep into that. Lynching never has been banned. I tried to look it up. When did they ban lynching? Lynching has never been banned. No matter how bad lynching has been to the Black people of America, it has never been banned. Okay? Murder is illegal, but they didn't ban lynching at all. You understand? Murder just some is that under murdering, even though that was a scare tactic they used to keep Black people from hanging out at night or walking to the store, working late jobs. You understand? So honestly, Black Americans only had 61 years to get their lives in order. So if you're a Black person in America and you're still struggling, don't let these people that's making all this money make you feel bad. We only had 61 years to get it right. We only had 61 years to actually do something with ourselves and make something of us. But the 563 years that we already suffered, it's already damage been done to our communities. Let's talk about the slave masters and how they treated their slaves, okay? We were raped. We were beaten. You understand? We were killed for fun. You understand? We were mated amongst each other. And they were still in our men's manhood. So let's look at something. How to break a person. Cause I'm gonna break this on down so y'all can see from the black person's point of view. First of all, if you are mentally strong, congratulations. I admire those who, despite their odds, circumstances, or environments, plow ahead without looking back. For the rest of you, I'm not sure whether I should be happy or concerned that this captured your attention. Assuming that you're not purposely trying to ruin the life of another, I gather that you are curious of as to how an individual can stoop down so low as to want to bring someone down. Hmm. So 500 years, it was a lot of people that thought it was okay to turn a blind eye, okay? Because we're not even going to get into it because people don't want to talk about it. But how you mentally break somebody is to continue to tell them that they're no good, they're worthless, beat them, uh, take away everything that they know. Because I honestly don't believe that all of us Black Americans came from Africa. I'm just going to be 100%. I feel like at one point in time, we all were connected, all the lands were connected, and then the great earthquake. But if you read your Bible, you'll understand that part because God had to separate the people for other causes and other reasons. So if you know your Bible, you'll understand why we got separated. And some of us were just born here, we're native to the land, the original Native Americans. No disrespect to the ones who, to the Indians. You understand? Sorry. Guilty by association. Accessory to a crime that is a valid charge under criminal law, typically an individual that is an accessory to a crime in the event of robbery, murder, drug crime under the criminal law. Okay, that's guilty by association. Now, let's look up what it means to turn a blind eye. Commonly, if you turn a blind eye to something bad that is happening, you deliberately ignore it because you do not want to take any action over it. The authorities were turning a blind eye to human rights abuse. Okay? Turning a blind eye means to deliberately ignore or pretend not to notice something. So, do that make you just as equal as the people that oppress the Black people of America? Because you turned a blind eye to it. A lot of people don't want to realize that we only had 61 years, 61 years to turn our lives around. You understand? With some exceptions of certain people that were accepted in certain places due to reasonings, of course, that we may or may not know of. Joining certain groups and stuff to put them in higher places, if only they don't allow. So, yes, there are some Black people that turned a blind eye to what's been done to the masses of the Black people of America. So, my question to you, white people, why do you hate us so much? Why do you ignore the things that really happened amongst the Black communities? Why do you ignore that the Black people were whitewashed out of our history? And it's even spoken on to this day that they want to ban the Civil Rights Act that was rewritten in 1964. Because the first original Civil Rights Act was written in 1875, but it was torn apart in 1896 with the Plessy versus Ferguson. I don't do math quick in my head, so I'm not even going to pretend. So 1896. So for 21 years, we was able to operate within the Civil Rights Act of 1875. But soon as the Plessy versus Ferguson happened, they came up with this separate but equal analogy, which eventually ended in 1964 when we had the new Civil Rights Act, or the Jim Crow. Now let's go backwards a little bit, okay? Now, the Jim Crow was born in 1865. The Civil Rights Act was born 1975, okay? Yes. So the same year the Jim Crow was born, it took them 21 years to corrupt what we were trying to produce as turning a new leaf. So if we really look at the real thugs and gangsters of America, I would say that the thugs and gangsters of America and the criminals of America are the white people. You understand? Because black people have been enslaved for over 464 years, only was able to operate peacefully for 99 years, but it was still lynching in between those. But all those things weren't reported because why? It was considered the norm. You understand? It was normal not to like black people. It was normal to mistreat black people. So only for 61 years, we as black people was able to operate amongst the community without so much backlash of the white people. And black people learned how to work with you all, learn how to associate with you all, learn how to live with you all amongst all this torment that we've been put through over the years. So why is it that you do not like black people? It seems like black people are a very forgiving group of people, very loving group of people. And all we want is acknowledgement of the wrongdoings that was done to us over the years. I don't think that you guys could ever repay us for the things that you've done to us. And I feel like some people are the black people of America are so scarred due to what had happened. If they weren't whitewashed out, oh, just forget about it. It happened in the past. No, it was just only 61 years ago when we finally was able to be free and live our lives and try to build something. But it was too many people that didn't have anything to build off of in them 61 years. So we're still building, trying to create, trying to get out of. You got to remember, the white man controlled the government. We just have to follow and abide by the white man's law and rule. So, white man, white woman, why is it that you think that the black woman and the black man is so evil when you are the ones tormenting and torturing us for over 563 years? And still think it's cool to make smart, funny comments towards the black culture like this, like we ain't just been free for only 61 years. You do the math. I did it for you. But go back and do the numbers and count the numbers, and you do the math and see how free we really have been. Slavery been over for over 800. No, slavery was only over 463 years ago. And we lived under the Jim Crow law for 99 years. And we only actually been free from under the white man's thumb, and not completely free from under the white man's thumb, for 61 years. Since you all are so educated on postpartum depression All these, not postpartum, but that's pregnancy, but Black women have that bad. You understand? CPSD, CPTSD, all these things that Black people and cultures have been through in the America. These are all these mental torments that we've been through. And you still see fit to only produce to the world the negative aspects of the Black community, even though we have shown you all forgiveness because we're working amongst you. We're trying to get along with you and your children. We feeding your children. We're building your homes. But somehow, some way, the Black man and the Black woman is the evil one. And y'all find the most ratchetest version of the Black community and place it before the masses and tell the world that this is what the Black culture looks like. But honestly, if we are acting that way, we learned it from you all because we lived up under you all for 563 years. 446 years of those years, we were enslaved under you. So everything we learned came from you. The apple don't fall far from the tree. So if anybody destroyed the Black community, I believe it was you all. And the fact that you only decide to promote the sexy reds of the communities, and I hate to use you, sexy red, but you put yourself out there to be used. But you want to put the black woman as the sexy reds, as the black face of the Black women culture. And y'all white women love sexy red because it shows you that you're better than us in whatever shape or form. Why can't we just work and live amongst each other as one? Why it has to be someone and more empowered than the other? What are you so afraid of? The real violent thugs, gangsters, and criminals are you. If we really look at America's history, a man came from where is he from? Let me go ahead because I was looking up my research. I was doing my little light research. He is from, where is he from? He's Italian, so we're going to say he's from Italy. We got somebody all the way from overseas that stumbled across our land and took over and invited all his friends and families to take over with him. But Black people are bad. The Black Americans are horrible people. Jim Crow even had it to where they had comedy to joke about slavery, but nothing about slavery is funny. Nothing. Some of the people that were farmers, the white man would get the birds and the crows drunk. This is where the Jim Crow stuff came from. They'll get the birds drunk and the little seeds that they had put out just to kill them. But the Black man is the evil one. We got Black men that carry pigeons as their pets. We nurture our animals. We nurture the land. But somehow, some way, we are the bad people. So white people, I'm asking you today, why do you turn a blind eye to what happened to the Black culture and the Black community? Why do you think it's okay to talk down on the Black culture and the Black community? Why do you think it's okay to pretend that nothing happened? Why do you pretend that you did not hear the stories that your grandfather told you and your grandmother told you? Mind you, this is only 61 years of us being free. Can you tell us why? Why? If you don't want to own up to the truth, at least tell us why do you hate us so much? Well, all we've been trying to do is exist. The Black people of America just want to exist, to feel appreciated, to be accepted. But Black people, if you're watching, stop trying to be accepted from a group of people that will never accepted us. It's been over 563 years and they still have yet to accept us. I don't think acceptance is a thing. It's a tolerate. They're tolerating us. They tolerate. So why, white people? Why do you tolerate us? Oh, because we're good for something. We're good for knowledge. We're good for sex, whether you like men or women. We're good for entertainment. That's all we're good for. That's what you see as us. But I just want to ask you, white man, would you be able to build the America that we see today? You think this is a beautiful place? Y'all want to make America great again. But in the Black eyes, America was never great because we still fighting an unfinished war, a mental war, with us versus you. Because you don't want to accept that at one point in time in your life, you acted out of ignorance and foolishness. But instead of acting and accepting what you own up to, you want to become doctors and therapists and tell us how to operate in our trauma and how to carry the burdens that you and your ancestors put upon us. Y'all don't like Black history because it reminds the Black community of what the man done to us. That's why white people don't like Black history, because it's a constant reminder of how horrible you are as a people. Those who turned the blind eye, you're just as bad as the one who lynched the person. You're still just as bad as the rapist. You're still as bad as the one who lied on these people and got them killed. You're just as bad as them. You're no better because you did not stand up for the people that were going through this torment for over 563 years. So let's not pretend, oh, I didn't, yes, I'm sorry. You're just one out of 563 years. So are you really trying to help the culture? Are you really for the culture of the Black culture? You can't be. You've been raised to dislike. You've been raised to belittle. You've been raised to turn the blind eye. So how can you really be for the Black people? How can you really care about the Black people when the Black people have showed you over 563 years that all we wanted to be is all we wanted to do is exist and be loved, just like we loved you when we welcomed you to our land. Dear white people, why do you hate us so much? 563 years ain't enough. 61 years was enough years to let the Black man do what he had to do. Now it's time to go back to square one to make America great again. White people, after the information I gave to you today, do you still think America was great? Do you want to beat me now? Do you want to lynch me now? Do you want to rape me now? Because I have spoken out of intelligence and out of ignorance, out of facts and not feelings? Do you hate me now? Do you hate me more than you hated me yesterday? If so, I want to let you know that I love you and I'm praying for you. And I pray that God unhardens your heart because judgment day is coming and you will be judged by someone greater than me. So you can kill me. You can do that. You could rape me. You could beat me. You already done it to my ancestors. So whatever you done to them, I could take it. Go over my past. Dig it up. I've healed from it. I've grown from it. I can acknowledge my truth and know what I did and what I didn't do and what I put myself through. But you can't even own up what you've done for over 563 years. So do your best, white man. Do your best, white woman. Don't hate me because I'm revealing your truth to you. Deliver. Go for deliverance. Are you going to your churches and asking God to deliver you for all the things that y'all have done to the Black community? Are you opening up places to help build up the Black communities that's been suffering for over 563 years? That's only been free for the last 61 years. What are you doing for the Black people to help us out of this struggle that we've been going through? Yeah, y'all let some through the cracks, but it's only because it was allowed due to the way they carry themselves, which is okay to you. Because if they were voiceless like me, I doubt that you will allow them in your bubble. So, white man, when are you going to forgive yourself for treating the people that showed you love, that fed you, that made your clothes, that raised your children? You understand? When are you going to acknowledge the things that you have done for over 563 years? Are you going to continue to turn a blind eye to the Black community? Are you going to continue to spit on our names? Because y'all don't respect each other. So it's not too much respect we can get from you all because you don't respect each other. Y'all talk to each other crazy and think it's a joke and a funny game. Y'all disrespected us all our life and still think it's funny to make jokes about the Black community after all the hell you put us through. Black man, Black woman, you're stronger than what you think you are. Everybody got a judgment day. Just make sure your soul is right with the God who created us. And pray that God has mercy on their souls. I end this with love and I end this with truth. Power to the people.